In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. My dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, how to get rich? How to get rich? Through business, not through illegitimate means, not through other valid and legitimate sources. I'm just talking about how can we get rich by doing the business. So there are three major arenas. There are three major segments of it. We have divided this task into three major segments. Three. First one is the line you have chosen. You are going to choose the line. There are hundreds of businesses which could be done. Hundreds of businesses. Although every business can make us rich, every business can make us rich, but some of the businesses are easy to manage, easy to expand, easy to manage with a very little risk factor. And the major, you might have seen that in some of the areas of business, even those who are performing, giving average performance, who are not the outstanding people in that particular area of business, they too are having a very good amount of money. Even the people whose performance is average, not above average, not outstanding, not not an exceptional one, but still they are well off financially. What they're possessing is reasonably good. So it is actually the result of the performer. It is the result of the line they have chosen. The line they have chosen. It matters a lot. Every segment is not equally important. Every segment is not equally productive, or every segment is not equally manageable for us. Every sector is not equally manageable for us. So we need to be careful. We need to look around the people who have got rich. How did they get rich? By running a small mohalla shop, grocery shop? No, they can't get rich. They have to work for 16 hours a day, 14 hours a day, 16 hours a day. But what they are getting is just, running their kitchen and nothing beyond that. Even if at all they are developing, to what extent can they develop? They will be hardly meeting their you know irregular expenses, like a kind of wedding in the family, or they have to marry a son or a daughter, or whatever they can achieve is they can hardly make a house. So it's not, they can't get rich actually. They can't get rich. So there are certain lines which have produced more rich people as compared to any other line. So the line is not very important. I'm not going to give you a line here, but you yourself have to choose your line of doing business very carefully. Otherwise, you will be repenting and regretting that. Otherwise, you will be meeting your expenses, and meeting the expenses is not like getting rich. So this will not be able to make you a rich person. If at all we want to become a rich person, we do have to choose our line of doing the business very carefully. This is the number one. The number two is, dear friends, the station we have chosen, the station is very important. The station we are working at is very important. Look upon the people who are living in the villages. Look upon the people who are living in the villages, and they are just surviving. They are living a miserable life. People in the villages are living a miserable life. Although smartphone might, it's not easy to get a smartphone. It's not easy to get a computer and to be online. And although there are certain online sources of income, we can learn. But as there is no comparison between the living in the villages and living in a major city. The major cities does give us plenty of advantages. The major cities gives us plenty of advantages. If you don't believe that, now at least look upon one thing: the people who have migrated from the villages to the major cities. Look upon the people who have migrated from the villages to the major cities. Now, the people who have migrated to the major cities, most of these are living comfortable life. But as compared to the people, the people who didn't prefer to migrate, the people who are still living in the villages, and these people are living a miserable life, while their relative in the major cities they have become rich. So this, your station is very important. Your station is very important. Your station is very important. And the number three is of course your performance, the kind of decision taking, the kind of management, the kind of administration, the kind of performance you are giving in that particular food, in that particular sector. It is really, really, really important. If at all we don't perform well, we are not going to achieve much. We are not going to achieve much at all. My dear friends, we need to perform well, and we need to perform reasonably well. How can we do that? How can we give a good performance? It's okay, not bad to look upon the people who are a billionaire, who are who are the richest people in the society and in the world. It's okay to look upon that, but it's very, very important, very, very important indeed, to look upon the people who were like us, a decade back, who were like us, but today they are developing at a very good speed. Today their life has become very comfortable. It is really, really important to look upon, to make these people as our role models, making role models to these people who have become rich from the poor, who have conquered, who have defeated, who have conquered the poverty, and they have achieved the richness, they have achieved the comfort, they have become affluent people. I think we need to make these people, we need to make these people as our role models. It's really important. And on our own we will be making more mistakes. If at all we are trying to reinvent the wheel, if at all, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be making the use of our own mind. We do have to do that. That's really nice and fine. A mind has been given to us for that purpose, but it is equally good that if at all, rather it is much, much more good. So there are lesser chances of failing if at all we are trying to learn whatever has already been discovered, or like we don't try to reinvent the wheel, like we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Rather, we need to learn from what has already been discovered by the other people, by the people like us, and the people have utilized that, benefited from that. Today they are quite affluent, they are quite comfortable, and they are still moving forward, they are still developing. So these are the three things to be taken care of. If at all I believe that we do take care of the three of these things, I believe that we are going to become rich. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.